At this moment in the evening, exactly 5 years ago, one of the worst cycling tragedies to ever hit West Michigan unfolded on West Edge Road in Kalamazoo County. 5 cyclists, members of the Chain Gang Bicycle Club, were hit and killed during their weekly ride back in 2016. Debbie Bradley, Melissa Fevick-Hughes, Tony Nelson, Larry Pollock, and Suzanne Sipple all died. Charles Pickett Jr. is now serving decades behind bars, an effective life sentence after he was found guilty. He had painkillers, muscle relaxers, and meth in his system. Aside from the 5 killed, 4 people were also badly hurt in that crash. 2 of the survivors, Jennifer Johnson and Paul Runnels, are with me now. Thanks so much for being here on what I'm sure is a very difficult day.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, great to see you both. And you're both members of the Chain Gang Bicycle Club. That's the group riding that day. And you guys still ride every Tuesday, is that right?
That's correct. During biking season.
Whenever we can.
Sure, weather dependent, of course. So how hard was it, thinking back then, how hard was it to get back on the bike that first time after the crash?
Hard to even put into words. It was super challenging, both from a perspective of physical and mental. So the physical aspect was just really difficult to even get your body onto a bike. But emotionally, it was hard. I recall seeing great concern from my family, my children, husband, parents, requesting me not to go back on the bike due to just fear and just the overall concern for safety.
Yeah. And the same for you, Paul?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I was pretty determined to get back on the bike while I was recuperating. And so when I did, it was actually it was the spring of 2017. And I was only able to ride just a few miles that first time out without getting just completely fatigued. And my wife always, in fact, always checks up on me and wants to know how long I'm going to be gone and that sort of thing.
Sure. I mean, you mentioned, and Jennifer, you mentioned your kids. I would imagine the emotional difficulty goes just beyond a couple of months and then into recovery and beyond you as well. You mentioned your families. It must be so hard even 5 years later.
It is. It's still hard, but we've made changes to ensure greater safety and more enjoyment in the process. I certainly don't ride alone anymore. It's just a level of comfort that I have that I need to have a group of safe riders with me. But I also have a number of blinky lights on my bike, probably double what I had before, new high-vis clothing and helmet, and other safety features just to ensure that when we go out to enjoy cycling, that it's done in the best possible way.
So you've taken that on yourself, your responsibility of what you can do as a cyclist. What changes have you seen in terms of bike safety in the community?
Well, I think a couple of actual legal changes. 4 of the jurisdictions in the community, the city of Kalamazoo, the city of Portage, Kalamazoo Township, and Ostimo Township all have passed 5-foot passing regulations so that motorists have to leave 5 feet between themselves, their vehicle, and the bicycle. And the state passed a statewide 3-foot passing regulation, along with some changes in the driver's ed programs to help educate new drivers about vulnerable roadway users.
Do you find that drivers respect that 3-foot and 5-foot rule?
I think by and large, yes. I just went out and rode over 45 miles yesterday, and I would say the vast majority of drivers gave me more than adequate room.
Good. That is good to hear. So Jennifer, why do you do it? Why do you still ride? Why were you so determined to get back on the road?
Well, it's my hobby. It's always been my way to have joy and to get physical fitness and to enjoy fellowship with friends. It's the perfect marrying of all these things, creating a community I've been doing it ever since I was actually a young child. I can recall in grade school riding more than the average student, and it's just what I truly enjoy. And I wasn't going to let fear stop me. I'm going to continue to do the things in life that bring me joy and that are healthy and good for you.
And Tuesday night, your regular night tomorrow, will you have a little more meaning to tomorrow night's ride?
For sure.
Yeah.
Anything planned?
We're doing our regular memorial route, the route that we did that night 5 years ago. It goes up through Plainwell. We will be stopping at the memorial and doing a moment of silence to remember our 5 friends. We do keep it limited to just our bike club and close family and friends of the bike club.
That sounds perfect. Paul and Jennifer, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.